Ooh. Hello and welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily. And y'all, today is the day that people have been requesting me to react to DPR Ian, and I'm like, yes, today is that day. So I do not know anything about DPR Ian at all, except that I do know he is a man, and I do know that he's Korean Australian, and that's all I know. Okay, so I'm like, that is all I know. But I do not know anything about his musical style. Like, I have not researched this man at all. Like, I just wanted to just have no knowledge of who he is and just react to it pretty much like that. And I did find like basically all of his music videos, I believe, except I do know that because I did follow, like I did subscribe to Dream Perfect Regime, which is the label that he's under. I did subscribe to their channel, and I do know that he recently did another music video, but I'm not there yet, so I'm not watching that. This video will not have that video in it. For this video, we're just reacting to the So Beautiful music video and the No Blueberries featuring DPR Live and CL official music video. Just those two, okay? And then I'm gonna get into the album or the EP that has these songs on them. I'm gonna connect it, okay? So we're gonna do two at a time. So for this one, we're just doing two, and I'm just gonna see what his sound is like, okay? But yeah, before we get into the videos, the two music videos from DPR Ian, we are going to do our patron shout out, y'all. Okay, so the first patron shout out, it does go out to Genoveva, and then the second patron shout out does go out to Audrey, and then the third patron shout out does go out to Avery, and then the fourth and final patron shout out does go out to Clover Me. And I want to thank you all so much for your support on the Patreon. It really does mean the world to me. But yeah, y'all, we are going to get into DPR Ian and just see what his sound is, because I'm so curious, because I think I know what it might be from the thumbnail on the music video for So Beautiful, but I'm like, I don't want to let looks be deceiving. That's all I'm gonna say.
Before I change again, remind me of the time when I still remembered. If I feel like calling.
Wait, what? He said before I change again, remind me of the time when I still remembered. Before I change again. Okay, like, okay, so like I have to pause that because y'all, if you don't know this about me, like I was really into, like I still am very much into like the true crimes and whatnot and this, that, and the third, and also psychology. Took a couple courses on it in college, but that's beside the point. But I'm also really interested in different kinds of mental health disorders, specifically the one, like there was this K-drama that I watched called Kill Me Heal Me. He did like multiple personalities within himself due to like childhood trauma. And so what DPR Ian is saying here, I'm wondering if that is the case. Like he said, before he loses his health. So is that like before he loses control and the other personality takes over? You know, that's what I'm thinking. Again, I don't know nothing about this man, but that's what it sounds like. Like, it doesn't sound like it's sinister. It just sounds like this is just like a regular occurrence, and this is just something like I live with, and I just want to let y'all know. That's what it's sounding like. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh. So he was drowning and now he's awake? So is he himself, or is it the other personality? I am so intrigued. got a lot of tattoos.
I think I got my sight for you. I don't mean to let it through. I thought it through. Now come on, you know I just get confused. Get your funky love story.
Ooh, okay.
When the skies can't see, I left a message encased in me. So bye-bye, flawless ending. So beautiful. You're so
Ooh.
Let's take a trip down a dark place, baby. For me now, I'm not that crazy. Let's talk about what makes you happy, 'cause I know I'm calling for you. Get your funky love story. I love it when the skies can't see. I left a message encased in me. So bye-bye, flawless ending. So beautiful. You're so my love is dropping, calling you. My heart is milking the other way. My love is dropping, calling you. My heart is milking the other way.
Ooh.
Come get your funky love story. I love it when the skies can't see. I left a message encased in me. So bye-bye, flawless ending. Get your funky love story. I love it when the skies can't see. I left a message encased in me. So bye-bye, flawless ending. So beautiful.
Oh. Oh. Okay, now why you got a weapon? Ooh. Okay. 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 There was a lot to process there. Like, there was a lot to process there. I'm glad I'm taking these videos two at a time, because I really think that that song was not even about anything romantic. I think that, because I am aware that DPR does have bipolar disorder, and I'm feeling like that song might have been really about his bipolar disorder, and possibly alluding to that he has another persona within him, because all the signs were kind of there. That's all I'm saying. Like, all the signs are kind of there. Like, it doesn't seem like this character that sometimes surfaces when it's like been submerged for so long isn't real. It doesn't feel like it's fake. It doesn't feel like it's like a made up thing. It feels like this is actually another personality. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that he's saying it without saying it, and hoping that people who know what he's talking about will get it, because that's what I'm thinking. Because that just seems like especially the lyrics of that song, it can also be romantic, but no, this just seems like this is an internal dialogue, if you will, not so much something that you're saying to a romantic partner. I just think that this is an internal dialogue, because there are some moments when, from what I hear from my research that I've done on it, because there was like I randomly got into it because the name has changed. It used to be called, when I was looking at it back like a decade ago, it used to be called like multiple personality disorder. That's what it was called. And now it is not called that. It is called dissociative identity disorder. So it has changed over the years, and there's really no actual rhyme or reason behind why these identities sometimes form. Sometimes they could be to protect yourself from an event that you don't want to remember, to protect yourself from people that trigger you, or something else entirely. We don't really know. So I'm just like, and psychologists and people who have studied the way that the brain works don't really understand it either, because it's something that's still evolving to this day. And so I'm like, it just feels like that's what he was describing to me. It might be different for other people, but I don't feel like this is romantic at all. I think it has nothing to do with a romantic relationship. It has everything to do with dissociative identity disorder. That's what I'm thinking, because especially the way that it's framed. Because even though there was a woman in the video, like, she wasn't really doing enough for me to think that this was about her or any romantic relationship. This seems like an internal fight, an internal discussion, or not even an internal fight, like just an internal discussion that you're having with yourself as you know yourself, and the identity before it takes over and takes the lead. That's what it was giving, because how he would like kept waking up, and he'll be calm when he's that other identity, and then when it's him, it's like he's just waking up for drowning, and he doesn't know what's happened. He's not aware of what's going on, trying to piece together how much time has passed and what he did that he can't recall from that time. That's what it's giving, but I'm not sure. I don't know. But also, DPR is talented. Like the visualism, the symbolism, like I'm about to run that back and just check and see if I missed anything, because that's just my initial reaction. But I feel like he's talking about dissociative identity disorder. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Not in this case. And then also, it seems like there's some people who have tattoos just to have them, but it seems like this man has tattoos to mark things that he's gone through. And I'm like, because I've met a lot of people who have tattoos. Like, there's black men, there's Asian men, there's Polynesian men, or Pacific Islander men, who have tattoos to mark things that they've gone through, that they've overcome, or things that they want to remember and not forget. And DPR Ian seems like the type of person that has those tattoos because there are things that he either doesn't want to forget that he went through, or people or places that he doesn't want to forget he's been. That's what it seems like those tattoos are, because they don't seem like they're random. Like, they definitely are telling a story, but it's a story that only the person who has the tattoos would really know. Like, it's not like a tribal tattoo or anything like that to where, oh yeah, that's obvious that, you know, you got it because this is your culture. It's a cultural thing. But not like for his tattoos, it just seems like there's a story behind each and every one of them, and he knows that story. Y'all had to grab something in the air. I was like, what is that? Okay. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on and my assumptions on what I saw in the So Beautiful music video. I could still be wrong, but I don't think I am. Anyway, so we're going to get into No Blueberries featuring DPR Live and CL. Like, y'all, I know that CL is from, I forget where she's from. I know she's from somewhere, like a K-pop girl group, but I don't remember the name. I do know that they were under YG Entertainment, but I don't recall them. But they like paved the way for Blackpink to be where they are, but I don't recall their name. So don't, you know, I'm not really into girl groups in K-pop. I'm not really into them like that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. The devil's done. What? Not the urinal. Oh no. Nothing's wrong with you.
You keep doing this. What? Stop.
Oh. Okay, yes. And I also want to make a comment about how, at least in the West, and I'm going to say this, and y'all can take it or leave it, at least in the West, sometimes you got to get second and third opinions about what medications you are taking for your mental illnesses. Because a lot of times, these medications, y'all, if you read the fine print, these doctors want to bill you for the highest costing medication. And the highest costing medication may not actually be the one that is best for your specific type of mental illness, but it will make them money off of you. So you want to make sure that you're getting second and third opinions about the side effects of these medications, because some of them increase depression. Even though they're antidepressants, sometimes they'll increase your depressive thoughts, and they also spike suicidal thoughts. So you really want to be careful if you are going through things like that the doctor that you're speaking with isn't just trying to recommend something to make more money and so that they can get a write-off for it, because it goes straight into their bank account if they do, and because your insurance pays it and you pay the premium, and they get a little, then the doctors get money on the side from that. But you just want to make sure that they, especially if you're in the West, okay, I talk about North America. I don't hear about it happening too much in South America, but North America, from the States to Canada, you know, the westernized countries, the European countries, okay, all of it. Okay, Britain, I don't think they do it in Ireland and Scotland, but Britain, France, okay, Spain, Portugal, Australia, even though it's not a European country, you know, it has been colonized. But yeah, like, you want to just make sure that these doctors are actually doing what's best for you, especially if you are a Black person or an Indigenous person or another person of color, and make sure that they are prescribing you things that are actually going to help you and not make it worse. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Because there's been way too many cases of these doctors being quacks and being greedy and money hungry and not really prescribing you things to make you better, but things that'll keep you coming back. Think about that. Take it or leave it. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay. So did he just switch? Because the reflection was different, vibey, and now he got glasses on and a hat like he hiding. What does it mean? Who's that person with the astronaut hat on? They unique. I like that.
Thank you.
Okay, another guitar pick, a necklace. It's giving. Oh, what is that contraption? I don't think that looked good. I think, sir, you need to reconsider it. Oh no, is he like switching? Is the other identity taken over? No. Stop. He just went on to flick him off? What? Oh. Okay, I don't know what's going on there.
I like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. No air to breathe with that masking tape. Stop, please. I need a hostage free. I need a rocket ship. I need a run from. I like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. No air to breathe with that masking tape. Stop, please. I need a hostage free. I need a rocket ship. I need a run from you. I'm just kinda lost from you. I'm looking down a lot from you. I'm falling way too soft from you. Tell me when to stop. Oh no, here we go again to this beat. Oh oh, tell me why you wanna be so sweet. Tell me what's in your eyes, baby. Red, green, or blue.
Welcome to the other side.
I keep losing my temper for you. I love it how you think I'm always this cold. Excusing me while I think I'm just a fool. In your eyes, baby, red, green, or blue.
Welcome to the other side.
I like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. You're every with that masking tape.
Stop, please. I need a hostage. I need a rocket ship. I need a run from
you.
I'm just kinda lost.
From you.
I'm looking down alone.
From you.
I'm falling way too soft.
From you.
Like the vocals is killing it, but these lyrics is kind of they do.
Don't make me shoot. Sing full of rappers, jump with the model, so we need to go.
Okay.
어쩌고 있어, 놈 stylish.
I'm Bobby feeling me, I'm more yeah, oh she knows it. She's in love with me and that's a drug and they just dose it.
Ooh.
In love with your poses. Can't see straight, can't focus. Get chills when I see old feature the colors. How this?
Like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. You're every with that masking tape.
Stop, please. I need a hostage. I need a rocket ship. I need a run from
you.
I'm just kinda lost.
From you.
I'm looking down alone.
From you.
I'm falling way too soft.
From you.
Tell me when to stop.
So now you're blown on your colors. I got this blue to make you come up. So when you think it's almost over, I got this blue to make you come up. So now you're blown on your colors. I got this blue to make you come up. So when you think it's almost over, I got this blue to make you come up.
Okay, okay, like there's a direct correlation. Like it is a very blatant and glaring correlation in these two music videos and within the lyrics of these two music videos, that this is a conversation he is having with himself. And that is really interesting, how he's bringing awareness to things that people like sometimes don't want to address. And I like that. And I like the visuals that he's using, because I love me a good jump scare. I love me some horror movies. Okay, I love me some psychological thrillers, and that's what his music videos are kind of giving. That's why I'm like able to pick up on certain things, because I like watching it. I like guessing what is actually going on. So what seems to be happening is, from what I'm understanding of his videos, is that there's an identity that he has that is triggered by, I'm assuming, stress. And like the No Blueberries song, like he's like, I like no blueberries in my ice cream cake. Okay, vocals was damn. I was like, okay, yeah, you sang it, okay. But outside of the singing, okay, and him obviously being very handsome, we have the actual lyrical matter and the subject, and like the subject line, the storyline of the music video, which is him running from this ghoulish creature that it has to be a memory, because it's all in his mind. None of it actually happened. He is just looking, he is sitting down in the diner this whole time. We just went on a mental journey with this man. Okay, nothing ever happened. He never left the diner. The diner never didn't have people. He was never flicking blueberries off of his ice cream cake. And I think when he was looking at the blueberries with the ice cream cake, because he did have a scar that he didn't have before, I think, in the music video, after it, but it's just the power of the mind. Like if your mind believes something, that's what it's going to be, even if it's not reality. If your mind believes something, you can get yourself into very different states of delusion. Like if you were to convince yourself that you are not able to breathe, even though you can, then you won't be able to. That's how strong the human mind is. If you put your mind to do something, that's why they say when you put your mind to do something, you will be able to do it. That is why. So it's also like that creature is a memory he doesn't want to yet face, or a trauma he doesn't want to yet face. And there's been a lot of discussions like that I've seen on TikTok and things like that, where there's this like book, and it's called the Shadow Book. And it's basically and it's like been like in the Black community, like on Black TikTok, people have been buying this book, and it's basically helping you face and overcome your childhood traumas. And some are even things that people forgot happened to them, and because of the prompts in these books and the specific keywords that they're using in the book, it is bringing it up so that they can write out their emotions on that paper and face what happened, and then be able to finally have closure of what happened and knowledge of what happened and completion, and go forward from there. And I'm like it's a book that I don't know if I would need it, because I don't think I have anything like that. But I think a lot of people can sometimes forget how easy it is, especially for adults, how easy it is to traumatize kids by situations and environments that they're around, or how easy it is for things that you thought didn't matter, how big of a deal it could be for a child, and how that impression of your nonchalance about how they felt can stay with them and create a bad experience for them into adulthood. And I'm like, okay, so we don't know what that ghoulish thing is, but I'm assuming it's a bad memory, or it's a bad experience, or it's a trauma. And how when it got too close, he switched into the other guy with the glossy, like the eye is not brown, it's just like kind of glossified and ghostly and ghouly. He switched into that other identity. And I just really think that he is saying something here, like that he is alluding to that is his truth, that it happens. I'm not sure, but I think that that's what he's alluding to, because everybody like knows. I already knew before I started listening to his music right now that he had bipolar disorder. But now that I'm watching these two videos, I'm convinced that he also might have, or might be alluding to having, dissociative identity disorder, because that's exactly how it looks. That's exactly how somebody that has it would describe it. Because the way that he's describing it in the lyrics, especially in the way of these two videos, when he was drowning, and when you're in that space of in your brain where you're the passenger, that's what it feels like. You don't know anything, you don't feel anything, you can't really remember anything, and when you come out of it, you're still in a daze because you don't know what happened, but you know that you were not you while that period of time went by. That was the first music video. The second video is him realizing that that's happening, and then him trying to avoid it from happening again, but still seeing the other personality in the reflection in the mirror. And then also seeing how he's like, I don't like no blueberries in my ice cream cake, but here comes this ice cream, and if it was me that ordered this ice cream, why does it have blueberries on it? And that's the end. And I'm like, so he switched to the other identity and switched back. And I'm like, I don't know, y'all. I'm just spitballing, but I have a feeling that he is alluding to that. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm not going to look it up either, because like, I don't know why, but I feel like that is what he's alluding to. Okay, that's what I'm thinking, just because I have such an obsession. Like, I had such an obsession when I was younger of the disorder, and like seeing the same like symbolisms and representing the symptoms of it, it seems like that's what he's saying. But he's also saying a lot of other things as well here. So, but I feel like that is the most important. Just, it's interesting, just his relationship with his mental illness. And I'm like, and that seems to be the premise here for these two videos. And I'm like, because the first one's called So Beautiful, and the other one's called No Blueberries. So like, I don't know. Oh, and it's called, okay, so it says here, Mood Swings in This Order, Mito EP. So is that the other personality? Y'all, this has to be real. Y'all, this has to be real. I'm if anybody gets mad that I said it, I feel like this has to be real, because nah. What is this man's name? Hold on, because I'm like, I want to see where he got Mito from. Hold on, I need to see what this man's actual name is. Hold up a second. Let's see. Okay, Christian U. Yeah. Yeah. Does he have a Korean name? Hold up. Let me see something. Okay, Yu Barong. Okay. No, you still wouldn't give Mito from that. Nah, not like y'all. Like this has to be real. This has to be real. It's not a made up persona. This is a real one. Nah, it can't be fake. It can't be fake. Mm-mm. Nah, it can't be fake. Nope, it can't be fake at all. Nope. I am now very sure that he is saying without saying that this Mito character is real. And it's not a character, but a personality or another identity. Yep, that's my final thoughts. Yep. I've rambled too long here, y'all. I have rambled far too long here. But DPR Ian got me thinking, this man is really good. Like, he knows how to use lyricism well, vocals well, literally himself well. Because if you think about it, there's not very many people in his music videos. He's like really the sole focus. And that is what's making me know it's about him personally. It has to be. Like, it's personal. Especially because the EP is called Mood Swings in this order. And Mito is not coming from nowhere, y'all. Like, it's not coming from nowhere. That definitely has to be related to him. It has to be related to him. He is talking about himself, and Mito's real. Those are my final thoughts. Mito is real. And that's not a bad thing. I'm like, dissociative identity disorder is not necessarily a bad thing at all. Actually, 9 times out of 10 it's not. So it is just something that happens. However it happens. You don't know the reason. Like, nobody can ever say the real reason why. It's just, a part of life. Just like bipolar disorder. Nobody knows why that comes or goes. Depression, nobody knows why it comes or goes. It's just a part of life. It is what it is. But yeah, I am very excited though to get into more DPR Ian's music videos and his music, because now I am wholeheartedly intrigued and I want to prove this to be correct, because I think that I am. I think that I'm not just spewing out of the mouth here. I have gone almost over a whole 30 minutes on this, but I stand by what I said. The symbolism is too specific for it to be fake. It's too specific for it to be a concept. This is lived experience put into music videos. And I'm gonna leave it there. So y'all, if y'all stayed all the way until the end to my ramblings and my assumptions, and what I am thinking is very correct about these music videos, then, thank y'all for rocking with me till the end. If you are a subscriber on the channel, once again, thank you so much for being a subscriber, for supporting the channel. And if you have yet to subscribe to the channel, do not forget to do so if you would like to support the channel further. And also, if you are a patron on Patreon, once again, thank you so much for your support, because it really does mean the world to me. And y'all, I'm going to be back soon. With more DPR Ian reactions, because I want to know more about this man. I want to know more about this man now, because this is really interesting. If it actually is coming from, if this is actually like really lived experiences and he does have dissociative identity disorder, then he would be one of the first artists that we've seen that has actually stated that they do and have written it in their music quite like this. So yeah, and it's needed, because there's a lot of people who have it, and it's just, you roll with it as you do. And I'm really proud of him if he does have dissociative identity disorder, for at least putting the framework for telling people, especially his fans, that he does. Because it's really personal, and the fact that he's choosing to be, from what I'm seeing it as, very open and honest and very blatant about his wording, so that you understand what he's saying in that regard, that's what I'm picking up off of it. But again, I could be possibly incorrect, but I don't think I am. But y'all, I will see y'all in the next video, y'all. But it will be another DPR EN reaction soon. Whether it be a music video or an EP, but I think I want to do the other two music videos, which is Welcome to the Show and Nerves in the next video, and then I'll get into the EP. But yeah, y'all, until the next video for DPR EN, I will see you on the next one. Bye.